Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Taylor here. If you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below and give this video a quick thumbs up. Today we are talking Miss Universe, okay? We're talking post-pageant review. This video was supposed to go up the day after, but I had technical difficulties with my computer, my filming equipment. Nothing wanted to work, so I was like, you know what? Take a few days, relax, decompress, because Miss Universe 2024 73rd edition had me stressing, okay? I was stressed. Okay, so today's video is going to go by as quickly as possible. We're going to talk about the placements. We're going to talk about top 30, top 12, top 5. We're going to get a little bit into pageant week, and then we're going to switch gears to prelims and then Continental Queens. So stay with me as I review all of this. Okay, let's talk about top 30 here. Wow. I wrote down top 30. I wrote down everything as it was being announced. I have to say I am proud of myself. Given the type of top 30 we got, I was able to guess 60% of it correct. So yay to me, pat on the back. But there were some shockers. There were some surprises. My biggest surprise here, I think, was China and Macau in top 30. Their interview had to have been like top-notch stellar because their performance during prelims didn't wow me. Same thing with Japan and Serbia. I wasn't wowed. I was like, okay, cute. But like, you know what I mean? It wasn't giving like Peru. It wasn't giving like Cambodia, Thailand. My biggest surprise actually was who was not in top 30. Colombia, no New Zealand, no Botswana. I thought for sure, I'm like, we're gonna get at least 3 African countries in this top 30. Botswana gave you fierce and energy. And I'm sitting here like, what? Excuse me? I was shocked. And then no Trinidad and Tobago. I was like, the girl got Miss Congeniality. The girl is giving you fierce body yaddy 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 on stage, and there is no top 30 placement. Okay. Now, Russia and Aruba were on my bubbling up list for top 30, so I'm actually really happy to see them there. France was a shocker for me, because France wasn't really on anyone's radar this year, I noticed. Typically, Miss France, you know, a crowd favorite. France has been going to Miss Universe since the inception of Miss Universe. They're just like Canada. They have never missed a year. I wasn't too wowed with France's performance personally, but we all know France does really well in interview, so it should be no surprise that she's there. Now, coming into top 12, y'all, when they announced top 12, I literally like threw my pen down. I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Top 12, when they announced it, was Bolivia, Mexico, Venezuela, Argentina, Puerto Rico. I'm sure by this point, you and we all got fed up because we're just like, this is all Latin countries. What the hell's happening? Then it went into Nigeria, and I was like, okay, we're getting a bit of a mix here. Then we got Russia, and I was like, okay. Chile, well-deserved. Thailand, absolutely. Denmark, yes. Canada, okay. And Peru. And I was like, oh, thank God. I was holding my breath. I was like, okay. After they announced Canada, I was like, who else is in this top 12? So I was very happy they announced Peru. But I was shocked because I was like, okay, this is top 12. And I was like, okay, not bad. You know, checking off the list of my top 12 that I put in my top 30 video. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got a decent amount of this right. And then I stopped and I was like, hold up. Where's Philippines? Where is Chelsea? Why is Chelsea not in this list? Then I was like, who else didn't make it? Where's Ecuador? Where's Zimbabwe? Where's Dominican Republic? Where's Cambodia? I'm like, hold the front door. What the actual is going on? I was like, this top 12 ain't it. This top 12 is not it. My shockers, honestly, for top 12 was Canada, Mexico, Bolivia, and Russia. When they announced those countries, I was like, what, huh? Are we sure? Are we sure? Are we watching the same pageant? Okay. Mexico making top 30, cool. Yeah, your host country, one of the owners is Mexican, makes sense. From now on, we should expect, you know, Mexico to make top 30, top 20, whatever they decide. You know, it makes sense. top 12 though. I was like, did we just watch the stage somewhere around? Are our eyes on the same pageant judges? Because I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But who am I? But a regular girl in Canada who's been watching Miss Universe for what, 2 decades now? Ooh, showing my age. But you know what? It is what it is. Talking top 5. Okay. The question and answer, we had 2 rounds of it. I personally believe Nigeria and Thailand had the best answers out of all 5 ladies, both rounds. Nigeria did screw up though. When she said Africa, she should have taken the opportunity to say universe, you know, or the world. But she didn't. She said Africa, and I don't fault her for saying Africa because African representation at Miss Universe is very slim to none. So she wanted to take the opportunity to really showcase, like, I'm here representing my people and all of them, including the South Africans that wanted to talk mad-ish about her and cause her life a whole lot of problems. We'll get into that in another video. I will be having a part 2 of my Miss Universe post-pageant review, the drama edition, because we all know some drama happened post-pageant and we need to talk about it. Some rumors have been flying around and we will discuss. Going back to that, Nigeria kind of screwed herself in that aspect, but overall her answer was amazing. Thailand's answer, amazing. Denmark, okay, cute. In my opinion, Denmark should have been crowned second runner-up. It should have been Nigeria and Thailand in top 2. Either one being a queen, I would have been totally happy with. And then Denmark, Venezuela should, okay, let's talk about Venezuela. She got screwed big time. And this is where Miss Universe screwed her over, because once they realized the question wasn't translated correctly and her answer had nothing to do with what was being asked, they should have stopped production. They should have stopped, not production, but they should have stopped the show and said, hold on, there's a miscommunication, because it's not her fault that it wasn't translated correctly. But now she has to deal with being a 4th runner-up. She could have very easily been in the top 2 had she answered her question correctly. But again, it wasn't her fault if it wasn't translated correctly. Someone should have caught that and be like, stop, that's not the question. Give her the actual translation, then let her answer. That would have been fair. The fact that he didn't do that had me looking at this pageant like, are you serious? Who vetted this translator? The translator should have known, like, hey, here's a list of the questions. That way, that when she picked her question, it should have been like, okay, number blank. And she could look at the list and be like, your question is blah, 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 and properly translate it. In my opinion, that's how it should be done in the future. Let the translators have the questions. Keep them back there. Like, keep them in the back. Don't bring them up until they're needed. But they should know which number the question is, be able to look at a list and be like, okay, translating this particular question, so there's no mishaps, no questions about what's being asked. Moving along, Mexico had no business being in top 5. That's all I'm going to say. It has nothing against the Mexican queen. She's amazing. But her placement had me really questioning the judging panel. Mind you, the judging panel was majority Latinas and Latinos, so it made sense as to why there were so many of them in top 12. Some people say Canada only got into top 12 because of Nova Stevens. Who knows? Who cares? It is what it is. What's done is done. I'm not here to argue about who picked what in race and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. Personally, I would have preferred either Peru, Chile, or Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico had my heart. One of those 3 should have been in place of Mexico in that top 5. Personal opinion, argue in the comments if you want. So we're going to switch gears here and talk about pageant week. Now, one thing I noticed was the lack of activities during pageant week. That shit had me so confused. There are usually pageant activities, tourism, you know, the girls go out, they explore the country. That didn't really happen. Mind you, Mexico does have a bit of a security risk with, you know, I won't say it, but Mexico has a bit of a security risk. I think that should be a part of the vetting process of picking a host country is, can you provide secure activities for our delegates? Can they tour around the country and tour around this beautiful area safely? These delegates were cooped up in a hotel damn near the entire time they were there. There was only a few activities, not a lot of tourism happening. So they can't say, oh my God, I love Mexico. They can be like, I love my hotel. Like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't seem like the kind of experience you want these girls to talk about when they go back to their home countries, when they're talking to their people and their citizens. If they didn't get to really explore Mexico, they don't really have a lot to say about Mexico other than the people were great. The hotel staff were great. I'm actually sad that there was a lack of tourism and activities for the delegates, because that's usually one of the best parts of being in a pageant is you get to explore the area you're in. But It is what it is. Moving along to prelims. Oh my God, what a disaster. What an actual disaster. It was very obvious when I was watching prelims that there was a lack of direction and a clear sign of miscommunication amongst the delegates in what to do when you're on stage. We're going to talk about evening gown. We're going to quickly jump into that because let's just get it over with. Evening gown should have never been thrown in at last minute. These ladies did not have time to prepare. These ladies did not have time to really practice. They're just standing there like, like, that's not evening gown. The stage alone, oh my God, the stage. Can we talk about the stage? What the hell was that? The stage should have been a catwalk, then the infinity. These ladies took like 3 steps, posed, and then did the infinity. Where is the catwalk? Like, Miss International has a catwalk. Miss Supranational has a catwalk. Miss Earth has a bit of a catwalk. Miss Grand has a better showing. They have a catwalk. These girls got like a local pageant stage with a little bit of flair because they did the infinity. The stage was awful, which made this production awful. The lighting was terrible. Beautiful Miss Universe 2023, Cheyannis, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, it was so dark during her final walk. I understand her dress is supposed to light up, but like, you could still have some spotlight on her. What the heck was that? I was pissed. Between prelims and the final night, production and the staging, everything was just terrible. There's miscommunication. The delegates lacked direction. They didn't really all have the same, I guess, fairness or the same playing field in terms of what's expected of you when you hit the stage during prelims. It was a mess. It was a mess. Please go back to the drawing board when you do prelims. Put national costumes on a different night. Please, for the love of God and for the love of pageantry, do not ever do this again. Prelims is supposed to be swimwear and evening gown. All the girls get the opportunity to showcase their swimwear catwalk and their evening gown catwalk. They get to show off that gown, get them beautiful pictures, not this foolishness that we just witnessed. Now, Continental Queens. I don't even know where to begin, y'all. Continental Queens was a hot mess. It was a confusing appointment of these queens. I didn't understand the criteria to be a Continental Queen. And the owner eventually came out and said, Continental Queens are based off of prelim performance, the highest prelim scores per region. Now, if that's the case, we all know the regions are Americas and the Caribbean, Africa, Europe and the Middle East, Asia and Oceania. So why was it changed? Why was our Continental Queens now Africa and Oceania and then Asia standalone? I personally think somebody in the Oceania countries, potentially New Zealand, scored higher than Philippines during prelims. But Anne and the rest of the Miss Universe organization, they knew that if they didn't give Philippines something, they were about to lose a massive market. Philippines deserved to be top 12, and if she performed well enough, she would have deserved to be in top 5. Her only being top 30 made no sense. Her allegedly having the highest score to then be crowned Miss Universe Asia, even though the region is Asia and Oceania, the switch makes no sense. I'm telling you, something fishy is going on when it comes to that. I like the idea of Continental Queens. I feel like Miss Universe organization just needs to go back to the drawing board and really determine who gets a continental title. It's not like it's unheard of. Like Miss Earth does like Miss Earth, Miss Air, Miss Water, Miss Fire. They have their other queens. Miss World does continental titles. And Miss International, the runner-ups are, a part of the court. So like, who is Miss Universe's court? Is it her runner-ups or is it the Continental Queens? Because the runner-ups do get like cash prizes and whatnot, but the Continental Queens get to tour the world with her. So it's like, if prelims is really the only important aspect, like forget finals, in the future, these delegates are going to be like, hey, let me just kill it at prelims so I can score high, so I can, get a continental title, because who wants to have to go through the whole runner-up business if you're not really going to get much? You know what I mean? Like, you guys need to go back to the drawing board in terms of this appointment, kind of figure out how to make it fair, because you have Nigeria, who is a first runner-up, but she's also a continental queen. Is it fair to the other runner-ups? And is it fair to the other continental queens that she gets to reap the benefits of both? I'm not hating on Nigeria. I'm just using her as the prime example here because she really is reaping the benefits of both titles. That's all I got. Again, there's going to be a second video where we're going to discuss the drama and the gossip post-pageant. The drama between Dominican Republic and Canada. The rumors about how Miss Denmark got her way to the crown. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about, how South Africa and Nigeria still be going at it. We are discussing everything in that video. It's going to be more fun, kiki video. This is just a pageant review as a whole. Sorry it's so long. My videos typically aren't this long, but there's a lot to cover. I'm excited to see what happens with Miss Universe going forward. At this point, I've lost a lot of respect for Miss Universe as an organization and how they conduct themselves. It was a mess this year. But I have faith and I have hope that maybe it will get better. My eyes are on other pageants now. Miss Charm is coming up, so we'll see how well Miss Charm does. Don't forget to leave a heart underneath this video if you made it this far. Comment down below what you guys thought about Miss Universe and the 73rd edition of Miss Universe. If you guys thought it was amazing, if you guys thought it was trash. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Again, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media because I was all over my socials, Instagram, Threads, discussing this as it was going on. More things come out, I'm going to talk about it. So definitely follow me on socials and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.